You know, building a bus is not all glitz and glam as it may seem. No, sometimes you gotta just get down with some boring stuff, the minutia. Do some things that you don't really want to do that aren't as exciting as building custom kitchen cabinets, a custom couch, installing a fully off-grid solar electrical system, or other big stuff I've done up to this point. Sometimes you just got to do the boring stuff. That's what I'm going to go over in today's video. I'm going to go over what I refer to as random little projects that I was too lazy to get to at the time I noticed them, but they still have to get done, so I do them all at once. Really rolls off the tongue. So it'll probably be a quick one. I've done a few different things kind of just randomly throughout the last few weeks. I'm gearing up to do some big stuff here soon. Pretty much mainly what I have to do to get this place livable is my mini split in the back to heat and cool the bus, mainly to cool the bus, a refrigerator right here, an oven and the stove to your left, I think, over here. And at that point, I can basically start living in this thing somewhat full time, which is really exciting. Also, if you're new here, my name is Jaden. I am converting this 40-foot school bus that I'm standing in right now into my full-time off-grid tiny home on wheels. And everything I've done up to this point and will continue to do in the future is documented here on this YouTube channel. So make sure if you like that kind of thing to follow along and subscribe so you can keep up with everything I'm doing on the bus. I also realized I haven't done like a tour of sorts in quite some time, if ever. I don't really know. So I'll do a little bit of a grand tour, so to speak, of the bus, what I've done to this point, and future plans, kind of rapid fire, so pay attention. Also, don't mind the mess. I was gonna clean, but I realized if I clean this stuff, it's gonna turn right back into what it is currently in like 30 seconds, so not even gonna bother. So let's go start on the outside. All right, so if you are new here, I did a roof raise on this thing of the 16-inch variety, so it's pretty high up there now. All the sheet metal is 18 gauge galvanized steel sheeting. Got some nice dual pane RV windows here. I kept the emergency exits, the one on the side and the one in the back, because those are nice to have. Farther back here in this disgusting alleyway, I have a 30 amp shore power hookup that's wired into my inverter and the rest of my electrical system right here, ready to go. And that's my freshwater fill right there. Pretty inconveniently high up. That's not what I planned, but that's just how it worked out. Under here we have the gray water tank that is really strangely plumbed right now. I'm gonna do a more permanent solution and potentially change the whole drainage altogether, but for now it holds water and drains water as well. It's got a little bit left in there, so for now it works. I custom welded that frame too, so if you want to see how I made that frame, go check out this video. To the passenger side. All right, not a whole lot going on this side of the bus quite yet, but what I do have is my tankless water heater by Viver. This thing works pretty darn well. It's propane powered and 12 volt for the ignition. Heats up water in about 5 to 10 seconds. And then I got my propane under these boxes here that came with the bus. Pretty cool. And I don't want to bust out the ladder right now, but I got 6 solar panels, residential sized, on the roof, 2460 watts of solar on the roof, delivering power at about 140 volts and about 10 amps, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But they're in a series parallel configuration. If you're curious what that means, I'm not really an expert, but I'm happy to make a more detailed video on how I wired up my solar panels if any of y'all are curious, so let me know in the comments. And that's about it for the outside. Let's go check out the inside. All right, for now I got the stock school bus doors. I don't know if I'm gonna keep those or not. We'll see. I think it's really gonna come down to what I can lock most efficiently. For now, I can only lock it from the inside, and it's with this like little gate latch that I put on there, which works really well, but can't lock it from the outside. And then still need to cut this thing off because I've nearly poked out every person's eye that's come into this bus through the front door. We got the cockpit here. Really haven't done anything to the cockpit except for, well, yeah, haven't really done anything to the cockpit yet. But when I turn you around, oh, that doesn't look like a school bus, does it? Well, not a stock one at least. Again, sorry for the mess. But as you walk in, you are greeted with this lovely custom-made pull-out sleeper couch. Let me demonstrate. Now, I've showed you guys this before if you have been watching the channel, but if you're new here, this is pretty sweet. So it pulls out pretty darn far. You can get it to about right here, which is about a full size, maybe a little bit over a full size. It's like between a full and a queen. And it's pretty darn sturdy, and it's actually really comfortable too. So you can either pull out or push in like a normal couch, and then it's got a ton of storage underneath here, like a ton. The entire underside is storage, so that's going to be really nice. That's going to be sweet, and I'm really happy with that. I didn't really have a plan for making it. I just kind of started putting lumber together, and it ended up looking okay. Next is my kitchen. So sorry about the clutter. I keep apologizing for the mess. Just get over it, guys. Come on. But yeah, I got my kitchen, got plenty of outlets for whatever I need in my kitchen. Got a couple outlets there, and then an outlet over there in the corner. I just somewhat recently got my sink. It's not fully done because I still need to treat the inside here with some polyurethane and like smooth it all out and take off this excess silicone, but for now it works. It's currently plumbed into this 5-gallon water jug with a P-trap in there, so super basic, but actually this is how I'm going to keep it permanently, because whenever I need to empty this thing, I can just take it out, either dump it down my shower drain if I need to, or dump it wherever I'm able to outside and keep it pretty manageable as it goes. There's a couple ways I can get water to the sink too. You can get it from my 12-volt water pump that I'll show you here in a few minutes, or I can get it by bypassing the pump using city water pressure. But if I want to use the pump, it's just a little on switch right here. It's Bluetooth powered, wireless. I don't really know if it's Bluetooth or not. And then boom, sink, and you can maybe hear in the background the water pump going. But yeah, this thing turned out pretty sweet. Check out this video from the top corner if you want to see how I did this. Oh yeah. And my water heater that's not currently turned on is housed down here in this back corner. All good to go. Works like a freaking charm. Propane powered. As I said, I am going to switch out the copper here for some rubber tubing because, you know, I'm going to be driving the bus, and I don't think copper is going to hold up all that well with a bunch of vibrations, at least not as well as rubber. So there's some changes to be made here, but this works like a freaking charm for now. I will say though, getting down there and working on that is not very easy. It's kind of a tight squeeze. Now there's still more to come in this area, of course. First thing is an oven and a stove, which is actually going to go right below this window here. It's going to be propane as well, so it's really going to easily tie into the propane tank I have basically right underneath it. So the oven and stove is going to go right here under this window, which is very nice. And then on the opposite side of that is going to be a dinette that's going to start right there where the subfloor is under this window and go up to against the oven and stove, I guess. And then over here where this insulation is, I'm going to have my fridge and then my pantry. So fridge is probably going to go right here or right here, depending on the size of fridge I get. And then I'll just build my pantry around it to make it, you know, still easily accessible to the back side of the bus. And that's basically the front here. I think it's coming along real nice. I didn't show you my lights or anything, but you can see them. 12-volt puck lights, I got a bunch of them, and I still got more if I want to add more, but they're both controlled by these light switches right here. So I got one for the living room, and then one for the kitchen. So pretty sweet. Also got a max air fan here, one of 2 in the bus. This is pretty helpful, especially if I open these windows and get a cross breeze flowing through here. Lifesaver. All right, let's bring you to the back of the bus. Behind this wall is my bathroom, and I think that's coming along really nicely, so I'm excited to show you. All right, so working our way back into this hallway to the bedroom and the bathroom area. Got a couple light switches on these walls, one for the hallway lights here, and then one for the bedroom lights right here. And right away you can see a couple new things if you're a regular to the channel that you haven't seen quite yet. The first is this little extension of the hallway, which I actually really like, and the reason it's here is to cover up the plumbing. Right underneath this little step up, basically, this extension is right where the gray water tank is, or the gray water tank is underneath this. So there's plumbing that comes from inside the bathroom and drops straight down through the floor there. So this is just a cover up, makes it to where I don't trip, and it's pretty easily accessible from this point. Just a few screws to take up and good to go. Now here's a view of this side, so I think it blends in really well. It's not like in your face like a disgrace. You know what I mean? Now on this channel, I've showed you guys plenty of my electrical system. I'm pretty proud of it. But if you're not a regular here and you're new, here's my fuse boxes. So I got my 120 volt AC breaker box, and then I got my 12 volt fuse block here, which is really hard to get off. There we go. And it's got some 12 volt blade fuses here. Pretty sweet. Panning over. This is new. You haven't seen this. Bed platform. Now it's messy, I know. Get over it, guys. But this is going to be my bed platform. So it's a full size, so not a queen, a full, because a queen is about 60 inches wide. A full is about 52 to 54 inches wide, depending on the mattress you get. So I was thinking, well, I'd rather have an extra 6 inches of room to move around, not on the bed, room for desk width, because my desk is going to be right over here. That I'll show you in a sec. Rather than an extra 6 inches of sleeping space. It's just me and my dog takes out the majority of the space in the bed anyway, so I think it's going to be totally fine. And then on the back wall there, you see there's a plywood panel with a couple of plywood dividers there. And what's going to be on the back here is a couple of wardrobes. So one here, one here. It's 2 feet wide by about 7.5 inches deep. So it's not very deep, but it's going to be plenty for folding up clothes and linens and whatever else and storing them on the back wall to my bed. Got to make do with what you got. I don't really have a whole lot of extra space to do like a full-on dresser or anything, so that's where a lot of my clothes storage is going to be. There's also going to be a kind of a drawer type storage right here, but I haven't built that yet because mini split's going to be mounted right there. So I want to make sure I have plenty of room for where the mini split's going to be or in relation to it, so that I can, you know, have some extra storage but not build it too big so I have to redo it. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's the bedroom here. I'm pretty stoked to get this all situated, and it creates a nice little garage area as well that I'll show you here in a minute. But my garage is basically going to be from the top of my water tank that I'm going to build a platform over up to the bottom of my bed platform. So pretty sick. Underneath my bed platform houses a couple different things. One is my entire electrical system. Now, I'm pretty proud of this. If you're curious how I built this electrical system, it's totally custom made by me. There's not well, I won't say there's not another one like it, but I didn't follow any diagrams or build plans for this. This is totally custom and what I figured would be best for my situation. So if you want to see how I built this, go check out this video right up wherever they pop up. I think this corner. And I'll take you through that, and I'm happy to make a more detailed video or maybe a series of videos going over each component. If anybody wants that, if I get enough comments or people asking for that, I'm happy to make one. But yeah, no, I'm pretty proud of this. This took me a lot of planning and a lot of money, unfortunately, but it took me a lot of time, a lot of learning. Turned out amazing. So I'm gonna add like a little access door here, as well as a drawer that goes pretty deep, maybe a couple deep drawers for some extra storage as well. And then right here is also going to be some extra storage, but the main thing is going to be is a home for Bailey, my dog. My little border collie, Bailey, needs a place to retreat to, and that's going to be that. So yeah, I'll make it nice and cozy for her. I'm excited for that. Right here, where this big old sheet of freaking plywood is where my desk is going to be. And I have a little triple receptacle outlet down there, which should be plenty for all of my plug-in needs, as it were. And yeah, I'm excited for this little tucked away area to do all my gaming, working, show watching, whatever else I do on my computer. I don't really know. That's basically it. So yeah, this is like the back office and bedroom area. While we're still on the bedroom area, let me show you the water tank. So I have a 100-gallon freshwater tank there, and I'll go around the back and open up the garage door so you can see all the plumbing and whatnot. All right, I'm gonna pan you over to what I'm probably most proud of at this point in time. My bathroom. Ooh la la, look at that. So this is another thing I've done somewhat recently. I put up shiplap in my bathroom. Well, and I built my shower, but I did a video on that. So if you want to see how I built my shower, go check out this video right up there. And while I'm on the shower here, let me turn it on and show you how it works. There's also a switch for this one that I'm going to keep in the bathroom. It's a little key fob. There's not really a reason to turn off my water pump, so I'll probably just keep it on because it doesn't pump water if the fixtures aren't on. But, you know, but shower works fantastically. I don't really like this water setting. I was giving Bailey a bath in here. But yeah, shower works phenomenally. It's great. I love it. And there's another Max Air fan, the second of two, that is perfect for sucking out any steam and whatnot, drying out the shower. I'm super, super happy with how this turned out. I did a real deal tile. Never did tile before, and I think it turned out cool. Not very conventional usage of this type of tile, but this was the way that I was able to make it work with the least amount of cutting necessary. So I like how it turned out. And just a little shower curtain right here. Money. So I'll put in some B-roll of me doing some shiplap stuff, but I decided to do shiplap rather than plywood walls. One, for a little variety, and two, actually doing shiplap in this smaller area was way easier. Time consuming for sure, but a lot easier to manage, that's for sure. And I just like how it looks, man. So I got shiplap here and I got shiplap right here as well. So these walls are insulated, walled up. Bathroom's dang near complete. I mean, there's still a lot to do, but I mean, not really in the bathroom so much. Future plan for the bathroom though includes a washer dryer combo that's gonna hopefully fit in this back little alcove here. It's about a 2-foot wide alcove back there. Perfectly ties in with where I have my plumbing for the shower and then the sink as well. So, you know, we'll see if I can fit one back there. If not, I might have to change things up a little bit, but for now, that's the plan. And I got a composting toilet right here. Haven't really used it. Actually, no. Haven't used it at all. I don't know why I said really. Haven't used it at all. So I have no idea how it performs. I've tested it out with the little vent when I was installing it, quote unquote, with some cologne. And I think it does a pretty good job of sealing up smells. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it does. It's a Nature's Head and it costs like $1,000, so it better. Honestly, if I could go back, I probably would have just taken the time to learn how to make my own composting toilet, because I mean, I could have just gotten a 5-gallon bucket from the depot and probably would have done the exact same thing, to be honest with you. Although it does have its own pee jug, so here's something. Also some additional plumbing cover-ups, because my plumbing from the shower goes down this wall and then ties into the drainage right here. So can't see any plumbing now. That's awesome. And guys, that's the bus. Oh, I forgot. Let's go check out the plumbing in the back. All right, guys, I'm about to give you a crash course on how to build a plumbing system, so pay attention. All right, so this is plumbing access plus garage access right here. All right, so here's the entire plumbing system. Super simple. Get ready, pay attention. Here's how it works. So here's my water fill. It goes down to this 3-way valve here. So this 3-way valve makes it to where I can either fill the tank and then pump from the tank to my fixtures, or I can bypass the tank and use city water pressure to supply water to my fixtures as well. So if I have it down the other way, so if I turn that valve down, then it'll turn on the bypass and water from that fill will just go through this pipe right here and then fill through there and then go to all my fixtures. If I want to pump from the tank, then I have it in the position that it's in now. Water fills up the tank, and then from down here, water is pumped here first through this little mesh filter right here, mesh strainer, then through this C-Flow 12-volt water pump, then to the C-Flow accumulator tank. It's a 0.75 liter accumulator tank, and then from there to the rest of my fixtures. There's also a couple specialty fittings here, valves here. So these are check valves. So this one's a check valve, this one's a check valve. Basically what that does is it allows for water to travel one way but not back the other. So water can travel through here, and then once it gets to this T, if it tries to backfill here, it can't. It has to go this way, and it also can't backfill this way. Same for this one. If I'm pumping water from my tank, it goes to this check valve, hits this T, wants to backfill through here, hits this check valve, so it can't. So it has to go down that way. So the check valves and that little three-way valve are what make this system so simple and so effective. All right, guys, that is it. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm happy to make other videos going over anything I covered here in more detail. Hopefully this reaches kind of a wider audience. I know there are quite a few of you that are returners to the channel, so you've already seen everything I went over in real time. But if you're new here and I passed by something that you have more questions about, first of all, go check out the videos that I have on everything. Everything you saw here, there's a video on my channel, so go check that out. But I'm happy to make another video going into further detail on anything you have questions about. And yeah, next up on the docket, I think, is going to be my mini split. So I'm super excited for that. Hopefully it turns out as I'm imagining it will turn out. I think it will. It's all worked out so far, so I think it'll work out. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you like this kind of thing and you want to follow along with the bus, and I'll see you in the next one.